welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So in this video, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of being a Medicare agent or a insurance agent. So if you want to know the pros and cons of being a insurance agent, then keep watching this video. So in this video, we're going to go over the pros and cons of 6 different items. And those items are startup costs, customer service, technology, marketing, education, and of course, income. Before we get started, guys, I just want to remind you guys to please like this video before we start. Hit the like button because I know you're already gonna like it. Definitely subscribe to this channel and share this video as well if you feel like someone can, may be looking for this type of information. Go ahead and share this video. And of course, comment if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to discuss is startup costs. So what is the pro of the startup cost of becoming a Medicare agent or even a insurance agent or maybe even a life insurance agent? I do want to point out in this video that I am talking about independent agents. I'm not talking about agents that work for an insurance company or work for an agency or actually work in an office or even work from home for a company. I am talking about independent agents. Each category, I'm going to give you the pros and cons of each. So like I said, we're going to start with the startup costs. The pro about the startup cost is that it's not that expensive. You don't really need a lot of capital to start a Medicare business, okay? It's not like you're trying to open up a franchise where you need $20,000 or whatever the case may be. It's not like you want to open up a McDonald's or something like that where you have to have like over $100,000. With a Medicare business, the startup cost is pretty low. So that is the pro. The con is you do need some money to start. Like you need at least an iPad, right? You need a set of business cards. There are certain things that you definitely want to purchase, but it's not like you have to come out with $20,000 to start, $100,000 to start, or anything like that. So the pro is you don't have to have a lot of money to start. It's not like you could start with $0. You need at least an iPad or a computer or a laptop. And when it comes to like going to someone's home and doing face-to-face, you definitely need wireless connection. So you need internet. The con, I guess, you do need to spend something. You do need to, start with something. It's not like you could start with zero. All right, guys, so I forgot to talk about leads in this segment. So anyways, you do want to either purchase leads or you want to use what I call sweat equity, taking your time and efforts to generate your own leads. What are leads? Leads is a way to get in front of clients. How will people know what you sell if they don't know you exist? So like I say, you could spend money on purchasing leads or you can use sweat equity. And that just means that you're networking in your community, talking to doctor offices, talking to senior communities, etc., etc. So you can purchase leads or you could get out there in the world and let people know that you are a Medicare agent, whether it's on social media or you're out in your community. So there's a pros and cons when it comes to like lead costs. Lead can be very expensive. If you don't want to buy leads, then you have to, use sweat equity and get yourself out there. Now, if you want the breakdown of my startup costs when I started, I will link that video at the end of this video and you can watch it after this video. And that video is really great and it's very realistic for a startup cost with starting a insurance business, insurance company, or whatever the case may be. So definitely check out that video. All right, so the next thing on the list is customer service. Now with customer service, that could definitely be a pro and a con. So the pro is you get to help people. If you're a people person, this is definitely a pro. If you like to service others, this is something that you will enjoy doing. I have always wanted to serve other people ever since middle school. I always knew that I was going to be a registered nurse because I just like the idea of helping people. So if you like helping people, you would definitely love this business because you are serving other people. You're definitely helping them figure out a confusing process, like the process of knowing about, the best plans to choose as far as like Medicare, health insurance, Obamacare, even life insurance can be very confusing to people. So getting that help from an agent that's very helpful and customer service driven and a people person could be such a great experience for yourself and your client. So that's definitely a pro, being able to serve other people. Now the con of customer service is that you are dealing with another human, you are dealing with other emotions and things like that. You may catch your client in a bad mood, they may be having a bad day, and they may take it out on you. It kind of comes with customer service when you're serving other people, but you can't not let that get to you. You may have a client yell at you out of anger, and it probably has nothing to do with you. They're probably just having a bad day. So you kind of need to know how to navigate other people's feelings and other people's personalities, because you can have someone that's really sweet that would sit down at the table with you, make you dinner, and you could just be sitting there having a nice little conversation. The senior population can be very sweet, especially when you're dealing with someone that maybe they haven't seen their family in a while and they just love company, and you're sitting at that kitchen table with them and you and them are just like building a relationship, and it can just be very nice. But at the same time, you may, run into someone that may be having a bad day, maybe a little grouchy or whatever the case may be. Because, as you get older, you can be set in your ways and you may be just a little grumpy. But, that could be with any industry. It doesn't really matter. When you're serving people, you are going to be serving different personalities. So that could be a little con. So you have to have a little bit of thick skin and just understand that it's really not about you. They could just be having a bad day. So I would have to say that is a little bit of a con, just working with different personalities. And yeah, you might be dealing with a grumpy old man that day. Another thing that I do want to point out when it comes to customer service is that you do want to provide customer service. You don't want to just sell that policy, especially if it's a policy like Medicare or health insurance. You do want to see, how they're doing, check on them. You don't have to call them every single month or anything like that, but you do want to keep in contact with your clients and keep them, happy, and yeah, provide that good customer service. They may have questions after you write them that policy. So definitely check on your senior clients, because it's so important to keep them on the books and just keep that communication and that relationship going. They will love you and they will send you referrals your way if you do a good job with the customer service piece. So yeah, customer service is very important in the Medicare insurance business. And this is what's going to set your business apart from call centers, right? A lot of times when someone purchases a policy from calling a 1-800 number, they don't have that customer service piece. But when you're their independent agent and you take care of them before and after the sale, that is the customer service that you definitely want to provide. Now, I do want to add to the customer service piece. Now, when your book of business gets to the point where you just can't handle the customer service anymore, that's when you really want to look into hiring help. I'm kind of talking to myself because I know that is one of the things that I really want to do, is to hire help for the customer service piece, to have a department that can help me with that, because customer service can be a little hard if you have a, big book of business. I'm already feeling it, and I don't even have a large book of business. So yeah, customer service is very important, because if you don't keep them happy, you don't call them and check on them, then it's going to be very easy to lose that business. And the whole point of, Medicare sales is the residual income, because the upfront commission is not that much. So yeah, definitely customer service is so important. And like I said, once you get to a point where you're doing really well, you want to definitely hire that task out for sure. I have a client right now that I'm helping.
She has a Part D late penalty. They're saying that she did not have the appropriate coverage, but she actually did. So we're fighting that. If we don't get it corrected, she will have this late penalty for the rest of her life. I'm doing most of the legwork because she have no idea what to do. So I'm calling CMS, I'm calling the carrier, I'm faxing over information. So yeah, customer service can take a lot of your time. It's not just saying, hi, how you doing this month? You know, sometimes they really need your help. And yeah, I can't wait when I could hire that part of the business and pass it on to someone else.
The next thing that I want to touch on is technology. Now, the pro of technology is that technology can be very helpful. It helps with that application. It makes everything just nice and smooth and just so much easier. It takes about 5 minutes to write an application. No joke, no lie, right? So that's the pro about technology. It's quick. It's easy. You can literally write an application anywhere in the world. Like, could you imagine in Bahamas and you have an appointment and you call your client and you write an application really quick, right? From Bahamas, like they live in New York and you're in Bahamas. Could you imagine? So many pros with technology. Like, everyone is on the internet now. We're all using technology. We all have smartphones, literally the young generation, the senior generation. Technology can be a definite pro in this business. Literally, to write an application, it takes about 5 minutes. To send a scope of appointment takes 1 click. So technology is definitely a pro. It helps streamline everything. You can keep your business organized with having a CRM. Like, I love technology, and you definitely use technology in this business. Use it for your quoting applications. Like I said, the applications takes about 5 minutes to do, and it's so easy to do a e-app with Medicare sales. Like, it's so easy peasy, especially if you do an application like Obamacare, healthcare. So easy, so easy. So I literally love technology when it comes to this business. Now the con of using technology with this business is that not all seniors are up to date with technology, okay? I kind of classify seniors in 2 different categories: a young senior or an old school senior, right? So a young senior is a senior that use technology all the time. They have smartphones, they're on TikTok, they're watching YouTube videos, they're receiving pictures from their grandkids, they know how to use FaceTime, they know how to be on TikTok. Like, they know how to search the internet. They know how to even search and look at plans on their own. Those are my young seniors. And then we have the seniors that are just not having it. They're stuck in their ways. They don't like technology. They don't want to learn technology. They have no interest in technology whatsoever. So you have those seniors as well. They don't have a smartphone. They don't know how to use their phone. And if you're trying to sell them a policy over the phone, that can be a problem. The chances of you actually getting that sale is literally slim to none, because they don't know what you're talking about, okay? They don't know how to read your text messages. Forget it. They don't have an email. Like, it's a wrap. You ain't selling that over the phone. It's a wrap, okay? So that is definitely the con in this business. Some seniors just don't know how to do it. They don't know how to open those Zoom. What is a Zoom? Like, no, they're not doing it. They just not gonna do it. They ain't having it, you know? Some may be a little patient and say, okay, walk me through it. And some are just gonna be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. So that is the con of using technology in this business. So yeah, just wanna let you know, that's where face-to-face becomes very valuable. I know a lot of people don't want to do face-to-face, but in that sense, you can't really sell them over the phone. It's just not gonna work. All right, guys, so that is technology. The next thing we're going to talk about is marketing. Now, the pro of marketing is if you are very artistic, you like to create things, you are going to love this business, because this business requires marketing, right? You have to put yourself out there. You might want to create a business card. You might want to create flyers. You could pay somebody to do that, but if you like to create, you are going to love the marketing part of this business. Trying different marketing strategies. Okay, I use a white background. Let me try a blue background, right? Let me try a pink background. You know what? I got more responses from my mailers from that pink background. So I'm gonna use pink, you know? So yeah, technology could be very fun. You get to be creative. If you're marketing on YouTube, you could create thumbnails. If you have a website, you could, you know, add different things to your website. You want to keep your website fresh and, you know, colorful, or you might want to keep it nice and clean. The point is, you can have fun with marketing your business, right? Maybe one day you may have a dream that you want to be on a billboard, right? You could create that billboard. You might want to have your face on, you know, bus stop benches. You could really do a lot of stuff with marketing in this business. You could start off small, have a nice little business card. You know, you could get a laminated business card, put it on the refrigerator. So yeah, marketing could be a lot of fun.
Now, I forgot to mention that marketing is not just about print, it's also about building relationships, right? So if you are a people person and you love lunch, coffee dates, marketing could be really fun for you. So the con of that would be, if you do not like to get yourself out there, you're afraid to initiate conversations and build relationships outside of, you know, yourself or your office or whatever the case may be, then that may be a little con. You need to like get yourself out there and, you know, build relationships with other people. If you don't, then I feel like you could kind of limit yourself because you're not really able to reach out to more than just your circle or reach out more than just getting referrals. So there's definitely pros and cons to marketing. So anyways, let's continue to see what I have to say about marketing.
Now the con is, a lot of people in this business don't know how to market, because, you know, marketing is like its own skill set. So that could be a con. You do have to be able to get yourself out there a little bit and learn a little bit of marketing. For example, you're dealing with seniors, right? So you're dealing with the older population, so they may not be able to hear as well or see as well. So on your business card, do you want small printed, you know, information like your number or the address or whatever? You want, you know, the very important key thing on your business card to be a larger print, because, you know, you're dealing with seniors. You definitely want to like learn a little bit of marketing in this business. No, it just helps get your name out there. So marketing could be fun. It's definitely a pro, but if you need to learn it a little bit, then it might be just a little bit of a con. All right. Now we're going to talk about education. So what is the pro on the education? The pro is that you do not have to have a 2-year degree or 4-year degree. You don't have to go to college at all to become an insurance agent, a Medicare agent, a life insurance agent. So that is definitely a pro. You're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars on education, right? You don't need a college degree to get a license. So you do need to get licensed. You need to get your life and health license. You really need your health license if you want to sell health insurance and Medicare. Now, if you want to sell life insurance, then you need your life license. I recommend that you do your life and your health. Now, if you want to know how to pass your life and health license on the first try, I'm also going to link that video at the end of this video as well. So you want to check that out. If you watching this video and you're like, I don't have my life and health license, but I definitely want to get it. And it's not really that expensive to get your life and health license, about $300 or less. It depends on your state, of course, and then you have to do your fingerprints and whatever the cost that is, about $50 or more or less. It depends on your state, like I said. And every 2 years, you do have to renew your health and life license. You take some courses, you pay some fees, and you're good to go. So It's not that expensive. That is definitely the pro. Now for the con on the education piece is that it is a bit of a learning curve. Now, if you want to become a Medicare agent, I would definitely say the education piece is going to be a little harder than maybe learning about how to sell life insurance or learning how to sell Obamacare or health insurance in general. Medicare is just a little bit of, I don't know, it's like on an island of its own. You know, there's different parts of Medicare. There's different rules, regulations, what you can do, what you can't do on your appointments, and just learning Medicare in general. That's why Medicare is so confusing. That's why, you know, giving that good customer service to your clients is just so important, because Medicare is confusing, you know. So it is a bit of a learning curve, but I promise you it's not that hard. One thing about Medicare, it is, you know, a little harder to learn, but it's an easier sell. With life insurance, it's easier to learn, but it's a harder sell. Because if you're trying to sell life insurance to someone that's a lot older and they never purchased life insurance before, obviously they never really had value in life insurance, or they never been educated on it. So, you know, it takes a little bit of an education process to help people, you know, understand the value of purchasing life insurance. With Medicare, it's more of a need. Like when you get older, you need health insurance. It's not about do you want it, you need it. It's really about who you're going to purchase it from. So Medicare is a easier sell. So yeah, that is definitely the con, just, you know, learning Medicare. If I would have to rate like the easiest to the hardest, I would say doing Obamacare health insurance is the easiest to learn and is the easiest to sell, okay? Now when it comes to Medicare, Medicare is the hardest to learn, but it is the easiest to sell as well. Harder to learn, but easy to sell. And then life insurance is easy to learn, but it's just a harder sell, okay? So that's how I would rate those three. Okay, all right, so that is the education piece. Now when it comes to education, I started a channel for my business and it's called Life and Med here on YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to that channel and learn about life insurance or health insurance or Medicare on the consumer side, like really learn the terminologies and, you know, why it's important to have life insurance, or what's Medicare Part A, what's Medicare Part B, you know, how to enroll in Obamacare and things like that, definitely check out my YouTube channel. It's called Life and Med, and on that channel, I teach the consumer about those products. So if you want to learn more about health insurance, I definitely recommend my channel. So check me out on Life and Med here on YouTube. And I also have a website as well, lifeandmed.com. So yeah, check me out. So the last thing that we're going to discuss on this video is income. What is the pros and cons of the income potential? All right, so the pro is you can do really well selling life insurance, health insurance, and Medicare insurance, okay? The pro is there is no cap, okay? There is no cap, and I am talking about independent agents. I'm not talking about someone that works for an agency, work for an office, right? You can sell your business for millions and millions of dollars, okay? If your business ever gets to that level, you can definitely pass your business on to your children. Of course, you have to set up your business the correct way in order to do that, so that way your children can get the renewals and all of that. Speaking of renewals, this business has renewals, right? So what does that mean? So that basically means if you write a policy, you can continue on getting paid on that policy if your client renews that policy, right? With renewals, the second year, you can continue on making money on policies that you wrote years ago, right? So the following year after writing a policy, you can get renewals. So every single month you'll be getting a smaller commission on all the policies that you have. Now some policies may taper off after 7 to 10 years, like a Medicare supplement policy or certain life insurance would taper off after certain years. But if you sell Medicare Advantage, you'll continue to get renewals every single month as long as your client is on the books with you and they're healthy, well, and alive, right? So yeah, you can continue to get renewals forever and ever and ever. Definitely the pro. Now, what is the con? The con is if you are a independent Medicare agent, insurance agent, life insurance agent, if you don't sell, you don't write business, then you won't make any money. So that's the con. But you can also just work for a company. Of course, you're not gonna get that high no cap income, but some agents that work with companies, if they sell pretty well, they can make a lot of money too. They can make 6 figures or whatever the case may be. But with independent agents, there's no cap. There's no cap. But the con is if you don't sell, you won't make any money if you are an independent agent. And of course, if you work for a company and you're not selling, chances of them letting you go is very high because they need you to produce in order for the company to make money. So that is the con. No sales, no money. Okay. All right, guys. So that's the end of this video. If you like this video, definitely give it a like, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys. Ciao for now. Bye.